Did you actually see that? That was SteamOS running on this ROG Xbox Ally X. And no, this isn't BaseOS like what we have tried earlier on the ROG Flow Z13, and it's not Steam Big Picture Mode either. This is the actual SteamOS, the very same one that running on both the Legion Go and the Steam Deck itself. And after a week using this operating system on the ROG Xbox Ally X, I have to say that it's still much better than Windows when it comes to pure gaming experience. But how better is it, and where do Windows still have more advantage than SteamOS? Stick to the end of the videos to find out, okay? And hey, welcome back to ThinkView, and this is NK. Now, let's get started. First, let me talk about why do I have to install SteamOS on this ROG Xbox Ally X instead of using the default custom Windows. I think that ROG has been marketing this device in a way that can easily confuse users. They put the word Xbox in the product name so people might think that this thing runs Xbox OS, the proprietary operating system on Xbox console. But no, underneath is still Windows. The Xbox part is just an additional UI layer on top. And because it's still Windows at its core, things can get easily messy. This machine has multiple layouts, the Armory Grade layout, the Xbox layout, and inside each layout, there are tons of options, and many of which are even overlap in functionality. And since it's Windows, it still has tons of unnecessary apps like Word, Excel, or even something like Teams. I know you can uninstall them, but for a gaming handheld, people just want to buy it and play their games, not to tinkering around. The system ultimately feels janky simply because it's Windows. And more importantly, gaming performance on Windows is still not as good as on SteamOS or BaseOS, so that's why I choose to install SteamOS. And honestly, the experience blew me away. With the same game, the same hardware, the same setting, on this device I consistently get more than 10% in FPS. And that's the least to tell. Take Cyberpunk 2077 for example. On the custom Windows, my FPS was around 60 with Steam Deck preset, but on SteamOS, it went up to over 70, which is more than 10% higher. And it's not just Cyberpunk, with most of the game we tested show very similar result. Try Black Myth Wukong for example. With the same graphic setting, on Windows I got around 30 frames per second, but on SteamOS I got more than 40. Just that alone shows SteamOS is clearly ahead of Windows. And the reason behind is really simple, because SteamOS is a very lightweight, custom Linux-based OS focused entirely on gaming, which is exactly what a gamer needs in their gaming devices. All they need to care about is turn on the device and game. Now, let's go a bit deeper. SteamOS is an operating system built for Valve Steam Deck. It used to be exclusive for Valve devices, but just a few months ago, Valve started to allow third-party devices to use SteamOS. We are running the latest SteamOS 3.9 on our devices. But there's a big if. Your device has to have an AMD APU, or it has to have both CPU and GPU that's from AMD. But once installed, you will know why SteamOS is the right choice for your handheld. You can clearly see the interface is extremely minimal and easy to navigate. Everything is scaled perfectly for a 7-inch screen. The game icons are large and clear, and the UI works smoothly with gamepad control. Just that alone beats Windows already. Now, I will show you how these buttons work on the SteamOS. For the Xbox button, pressing it will open a hamburger menu on the left. It lets you access things like Home, Game Library, or Setting, or even power off the device. If you press the Library button on the right, it allows you to quickly tweak the system setting like brightness, volume, and Wi-Fi toggle. You can also bring up performance overlay, or checking Steam notification, or even set the TDP. Another thing that I absolutely love about the SteamOS is the boot up time. Here, let me show you. When putting two operating systems side by side, booting them up, and you will clearly see that the SteamOS will get you into action more quickly. Because on SteamOS, there are almost no bloatware, no hidden background app, no Office suite, or antivirus software running on the background. So that makes everything feel fast, instant, and responsive. SteamOS not only works well on handheld devices, but also works surprisingly well on AMD Ultrabook. Like I have the ZenBook 14, and as you can see, I already installed SteamOS on this device, and it runs flawlessly, very smoothly. See? Cool, right? However, despite all the advantages, there is one big catch. SteamOS doesn't officially support the Xbox Ally X yet, so there are some functionality you may have issue upon. Like here we have that the LED light doesn't work at all. It will randomly turn on and off by itself, which is really frustrating. Another big drawback is that SteamOS is to mainly play Steam games, although you can install third-party games, but compatibility isn't guaranteed. I wanted to test some popular esports titles like League of Legends, Valorant, or Delta Force, but I couldn't install them at all. They are not compatible yet. So at the end of the day, Windows is still the most versatile operating system for entertainment. And that's all my experience with SteamOS. After all, it still feels much better than the half-baked operating system that came with this device. But what do you want me to try on the ROG Xbox Ally X running the SteamOS? Let me know in the comment section down below, okay? And now, thanks for watching. This is NK from ThinkView, and see you guys next time.